So in this video, I'm going to talk about one of the hardest fought battles, which almost seemed like that there is absolutely zero resolution, zero winners, zero compliance whatsoever. And it has everything to do with selling your coins. I've been around the hobby as just a hobbyist, as a dealer, content creator for a while now. I first got started in the mid 90s, you know, and the evolution of the hobby has grown quite a bit. It's matured to the point where it gives us and affords us more avenues to buy coins, to sell coins. If you look back 25, 30 years, oftentimes you would have to go to a coin shop. You would either have to do that, you'd have to go to a coin show, possibly scour the classified ads in your newspaper. You guys remember doing that? You know, we did that along with my mother clipping coupons, the Sunday paper, which in today's kind of faculty of what we do on Sundays, clipping coupons is not one of them. There were even television shows and various other things dedicated to couponing, and that had its time in the light. I don't think it's as popular as it once was. All right, when was that? 10, 15 years ago. Extreme couponing. You guys remember that? But what I was getting to is the art of selling one's coins. We recently had a live stream on our other channel called the Live Coin Q&A, which there are a number of us that kind of champion, that particular YouTube channel. And I think we do a pretty gosh darn good job. We seem to handle a lot of the things that come in through the emails, a lot of it pertaining mostly to this coin. What do I have? Questions like that. Is it worth anything? We always get the value question all the time. The one question that comes up constantly that we get so much pushback on is selling your coins. Where do I sell it? And it doesn't matter what answers you give these folks. It doesn't quite work out for them. For whatever reason, it doesn't work out. All right? And the infuriating part is you give them all the options, and they seem to believe that there is more than that. And when we get to that point, ladies and gentlemen, when we get to a point where we're giving you all the options and you're sitting there, well, there's got to be something better than that. I don't do Facebook Marketplace. I don't do eBay. I hate going to a coin shop because they don't give you enough of your coins. We're giving you all the options till we stop giving you all the options, right? When the option list ends, ladies and gentlemen, and there's no more talking beyond that, you are at the end of your rope. Now, what am I trying to get with here? There's a lot of people. There's still quite a few people. But for as many people that are anti-social media, that are anti-internet, that are anti-computers, they seem to find their way to a YouTube live stream or a TikTok live stream. And they're paying people to crack open their bankrolls for them, and you don't even see the coins. If they find something, you get it. Yet you seem to make your way to those people. But when it comes to selling your coins and having your options all laid out on the table, nothing could quite appease some of these folks. And here's where it really comes down to. Sorry, I do have something in my hair, for crying out loud. It's a little fuzzy piece of plastic. I was shipping a lot of stuff. Guess where I was selling my stuff? On eBay, right? Because that's a platform that I believe in, and it makes me money. That platform, guys, I'm not afraid to share this because you guys need to know this. That's my 6-figure income, is my eBay. I sell anywhere from 1,500 to 2,000 items every year. They're not particularly cheap, too. My average per piece price that I sell a lot of these things is like $75. So the formula works, whether you want to believe it or not. Whether you want to continue to live it back in 1988 and absolutely refuse that computers are the thing today, you guys have to realize that we are in different times. It doesn't matter if we're living in California. It doesn't matter if we're living in New York, Florida, Tennessee, North Dakota, Arizona, Alaska, Hawaii. You have internet access. And most importantly, you have access to every single e-commerce platform that you can obtain. You could be in a completely different country and still have access to a lot of these. But if you're not willing to stay in this progressive, futuristic world we're living in, by the way, we've been living in it for a while. The internet has afforded a lot of things to a lot of people. People are okay still making $15, $20 an hour doing good old-fashioned manual labor. But I'm sitting here taking photos, posting them on eBay, and I'm making $10,000 a month. So there is options. Now, what's the problem? Whether these folks want to believe it or not, it's a learning curve thing. Even though you're able to have the opportunity to work from home and do this sort of thing, it's still work. Not the easiest of work. You're still putting in the hours, right? Would you rather put 8 hours in the comfort of your own home under your own roof and get paid and rewarded handsomely doing that? Or would you rather work for the man? Now, I'm speaking in a sense that you really want to, as employment goes. Now, as far as simply selling what you have and being done with it, okay, then this is something that you should be able to do once, do it on your own, and be successful at it. Now, it's not just about selling, right? What if you don't know what kind of coins you have? There's an array of different methods of getting information on your coins, all in which you can find on the World Wide Web, www, right? That's why they start every URL that way. Well, HTTPS, blah, blah, blah. If you're not going to adapt to the world we live in, where people are making a living buying and selling online. They're putting together websites. I don't have a website, ladies and gentlemen. I have a platform that eBay produces for me, but that's it. It doesn't take no more than about 5 minutes to open up your own eBay account. At the very beginning, you're limited in the amount of items that you could sell, but it's really easy to crack that code, guys, to where you could sell 100 items, 500, 1,000, and turn it into a business. And you could certainly do that. But if you're going to be resistant to the ever-growing e-commerce kind of world we live in, then you're going to have a hell of a time. I'm not afraid to say that. And I've said it to a few people. I'm like, if you're not willing to adapt, then you're left with one choice or no choice at all. But you have to be flexible. You have to put in the work and then get rewarded. And then you get the stuff out of your hair, guys. Or you could donate it and get the tax write-off. Well, it's only pertinent if you have a business, really. But if it continues that so-and-so is asking and requesting, where do I sell this? Well, you should try out eBay. The fees are really low. All right. You can sell your items, get the most amount of money in the market. No, I really don't. I don't want to do that eBay thing. The whole $600 tax scares me. Well, that's bullshit. That ain't nothing, right? That's an excuse. What's the next thing? Well, I tell you what. You want your fees to be even more cheaper? Why don't you go on Facebook Marketplace? There's a bunch of coin-related buy-sell trade groups. Oh, I don't do social media. So, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, and MySpace, and FanTime, and all that stuff. That doesn't quite work out for me. Okay. So if we eliminate the computer altogether, how about just nice local coin shop or show? Well, no, the coin dealers, they don't pay next to nothing for these items. So I don't want to bring it to them. Blue Ridge, how about you buy them? Nope. I will not buy it for you because of those reasons right there. I'm not going to be anyone's patsy to just buy all the crap that they have. It doesn't matter how glorious it is. It doesn't matter how bad it is. I will refuse business because of the inflexibility of being able to adapt to an e-commerce world. And then shoveling it in my face. For every solution that I try and give out, along with my counterparts. And this is something that's been going on for a number of years now. And it's always, where do I sell? Where do I sell? Where do I sell? Well, these coins have sold on big auction house auctions online, like Heritage Auctions and Great Collections. And, they grab the low-hanging fruit answer, and that is no. I don't want to do that. I don't want to grade my coin. Okay. Then you don't deserve to have the money for it then. There's a set amount of directions that it takes, ladies and gentlemen, from the raw coin to the end of the sale. If you don't do all those moving parts in the middle, I'm sorry, you will not be rewarded for what a coin sells for in the open market. However, 99.9% of the people that do watch my videos are extremely receptive of how it all works. Thank God. But the ultimate kind of word on this video is if you do not adapt to the current world we live in, where social media and things like that are going to be the dominating force from this point forward, you will have a hard time with a lot of things in life. Selling is probably the least of your worries at this point. But payment systems are going online. People do online banking. Folks do online college courses. A lot of big established universities, guys, they do a lot of stuff online. I think the pandemic kind of sped that up a little bit. I might be wrong. I don't know. But we're seeing a drastic shift to an automated kind of platform. And you have to be there for that. But when we tell you these things, I don't want you to take it personally because we're giving you all the options that are uncomfortable for you. Sometimes the best things in life are uncomfortable because once you conquer it, then you can sleep better at night. But when you continuously refuse it, you're afraid of a system that is ultimately going to take over. And you don't want that. At the very least, you need to have a little bit of a pulse on how everything works today. To the people who, in their words, are way too old to do any of this stuff, then live the way you do. When you go to pay bills, stroke out that personal check like you used to. You're part of the 1%er group. And that's all fine. The last time I wrote a personal check was when I wrote the word void when I bought my last car. That was that. When was that? Like 7 years ago? It just blows my mind. This is me more airing out the kind of like dirty laundry I've had up in here because I've had, ever since the beginning of the year, man, I've had more of this since then. And a lot more pushback. Like somewhere along the line, within the last like 90 days, people got way over their head with their spending, and now they're trying to unload shit. And they're desperate, but they're trying to get this for it, but doing this to contribute to that. And it doesn't work out that way. It still takes hard work. It takes a fundamental understanding of how it's going to be done from this point forward. That's why I wanted to share. No frills, just me talking. No, you guys have been great otherwise. I appreciate the support. The live coin Q&A panel and the YouTube channel appreciates all the love. Yeah, that's really all I wanted to talk about. In spite of all this, I want to let you guys know that I will continue to do this for as long as it takes. Because coins and collecting money will continue to be popular. It'll be desired. Our future generations will still depend on it, even though it's not going to be in physical form. The collectibles will still be out there. They will still be desired. And if we know anything like we do today, we know that people pay an absorbent amount of money for some of the things that they grew up in back when they were kids or teenagers in the 70s or 80s. The old toys, the video games, and those things are wildly expensive today. Can you imagine what coins will be after we've gone to a predominantly digital society, it's bound to happen because you think the mint want to continuously crank out pennies at 5 cents a pop or whatever the cost is, or nickels at 10 cents a piece. You know, the math doesn't quite add up, and when that time comes, and you have these bean counters that are sitting there with their abacus and their calculators cranking the numbers out, they're going to say, we need to do away with these coins here, pennies, nickels, and dimes. Oh, the hell with it. Keep the dimes, but not the quarters. It's not worth it anymore. So, yeah, just wanted to share, you know.